Hey, what up, guys? Welcome to Elevator Industries and welcome to my YouTube channel. If any of you guys have been seeing parts of my journey, you've seen that I've taken apart a 3.2 V6 engine from out of an Audi A6 and really kind of just tearing it apart. And now I'm at the point of rebuilding it, and I've done it all the way down, from the ground up. Now I'm doing the timing. Now, weird things that I'm just gonna go with my gut on them, just because the service manual doesn't make any sense, especially with the way the markings are. So in order to do the timing on this thing, okay, there's a couple things you got to do, right? One, you got to have the special tool that's that locks the cams up parallel, and then the other one is a cam or a crankshaft locking pin that keeps it at TDC, right? Or keeps it in the way it needs to be, which there's only one pinhole, and then there's only one insert that it goes to, right? So the funny part about this is that when you line up the crankshaft to the pin and you see it, and I'll show it to you in this video, when you see it and you take a screwdriver or whatever you want to do and you try to validate the piston on number one to being at TDC, it's not, which is weird because I don't understand why it wouldn't. But I took off all the spark plugs and did the same thing to all of them and to see where TDC was at, or where at least one of the pistons is on the highest point of the intake side, right? So funny part about that is that it is on cylinder 4, which is in the driver's side number 1 cylinder versus the passenger side number 1 cylinder. And yesterday when I was doing the timing on all of this stuff, it didn't make any sense when I was at TDC and I put the locking pin in and the cams wouldn't line up. So all before that, I didn't know that there was an actual small little divot that goes to the locking pin inside the crankshaft. And lo and behold, I took a flashlight to see, thinking that you just had to put the pin into the crank so that it doesn't move, but there's an actual insert that goes in with the pin. So all of this stuff that I'm going through is a little confusing because it's not on cylinder 1 at TDC, it's at cylinder 4 at TDC. And with my gut telling me that they didn't do this for a reason, didn't put an insert to lock the crankshaft for a reason, to be somewhere else and not do the timing right. So what I'm going to do is do all of that, put it together, and see if it fires. And if it does, then this video is validated. If it doesn't, then obviously it's back to the drawing board. But at least I understand that, this is what Audi put in there. Very weird, cylinder 4 versus cylinder 1, and at TDC, and then where the locking pin is, that's where you put the insert in so that you can set the timing for not only the cams but also for the balance shaft that's located here. Okay, so the main thing about timing chains is that you have to get everything synced up, and regardless if it's a 3.0 turbo or a 3.2 or a 4.2 or a 4.0, these timing chains have to be in a sequence or in a set manner in order for all of it to run the way it needs to be. Now, very weird. Even the service manual told me, locate, place lock pin inside crankshaft with TDC. Okay, so anyway, I'm gonna show you this. So if you go in there, I'm want to shine my light into it. See, there's a little divot. And then once you turn the crank, you'll see that there's nothing else in there. Hopefully you can see that right there. So hard with the light, okay? That's that point. Now if I turn it, it's not there anymore. See? That's the crank. And then if I pull it back, there it is. You see the divot? So that's for your locking pin. Now, like I was saying, TDC should be on cylinder 1. See that screwdriver's all the way in there? This one. Okay. But if I come here, and you can see I have a marking on it already. See that? Come here to cylinder 4. It's a TDC. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to follow the instructions and go and put the lock pin there and then realign the cams the way it needs to be. But because this is not a supercharger, it's obviously not going to show these spots or locations. These do not have a specific way to go, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to line these up to the same point of where they should be. Same thing on this side so that they look, you know, pretty unison. But overall, weird, and we're gonna go from there.